All right, all right, all right. We live. Welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast, man, where we every Wednesday night, man, 8:30 p.m. We speak about different topics, different ideas we may have, different opinions, because that's what this is. Everybody have their own opinion about life, about situations. So tonight, man, we're talking about narcissism.
Yeah.
Everybody has narcissism traits. I can't say that, everybody's not a little bit narcissistic at times, but, it is what it is. But, it's self-development every day. We can overcome these narcissistic traits, but it's always good to have some narcissism in your system, because some people be playing with you, man. It's I ain't gonna go there. I'm just saying, though, man. But it's great to have, man. Michael have internet issues right now, but it's all good. We're gonna hold him down. Alejandro is at the chef doing his thing, cooking his pastas and all that good duck and all that stuff. But we got Coach KD with us tonight. Every night we do our thing. So, Coach, what you got a little bit on this topic for me, man?
What's going on? What's going on? Hello, everyone. Glad you are here. Glad you are here. Glad to be in the land of the living. We got to make the best of it. That's what we do each and every Wednesday, 8:30. Join us. Tonight we talk about narcissism. And, hey, it is what it is. Because it is I have been known to be that narcissistic guy. But as I grow, as I personally develop, I'm getting better. And I'm glad about it. And the key point is I know how to recognize it now. So join us tonight as we delve into this topic, narcissism, and see where you stand. See if you may be a narcissistic person. Because we'll learn how it affects you and others.
Yeah.
What up, Mike?
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Mike?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, it's on you, brother. You got a little something on the topic? Oh, Lord, there you go. We got to roll with it, baby. He'll come in and out.
Got to roll with it. But yeah, so, man, what we got, man? Okay, we have the definition, so people will understand who they are in this situation. Some people have heard of narcissism, but really don't understand the true meaning or the true definition of it. So it's your personality qualities include thinking very highly of yourself, needing admiration, believing others are inferior, lacking empathy for others. So at the same time, like I say, all of us have these qualities, but at the same time, how do you control these qualities? How do you control the narcissism? How do you just put yourself in a position sometimes when you feel yourself finna downplay somebody or finna talk bad about somebody? You have to hold your tongue sometimes, man. Like Mama said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, man.
Okay.
And that's part of the game of this narcissism, how to prevent it, how to control it, how to moderate it, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Break that down. Okay, breaking that down is the fact of when you thinking highly of yourself and you putting others in a position to where they're not even thought of, you're looking at them people like, hey man, I'm the only one, I'm the best thing, I'm the only thing that could ever matter in this world. Because a lot of time we always have these people who always, when they get in a group of people, they always, man, look at this mother. You see how this mother came to the show? Look how they coming to the concert, or look how they coming to this event. You always have that one person who always going to speak down on somebody every time you get around them. Every time you see them, they always got something negative to say about the person or about somebody, anybody. It don't even matter. They feel like they always the flyest in the room. They feel like you know, like I say, it's a narcissistic trait. It's narcissistic, all of us, but to outwardly speak it, that's where the problem comes in. At when you over speaking that boundary of, you know, hey man, moderate your tone, man. You don't always have to say everything that comes out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can just hold it down a little bit, like, hey, let's keep that. You know, if that person feel like, you know, if they want to come to the party like that, let's come to party. We came to party. We ain't come to do nothing else. So that's one breakdown, but you know, there's plenty more. We're gonna go on through we're gonna keep going, and then we'll see some more of these traits into this conversation that we're gonna have. Krista, what's going on?
Miss Gainey, how you doing? But look here, I like that. So as I go over the traits, man, so I want us to understand that some of these traits, like you said, excuse me, I've been saying some of these traits you need in your life. Okay, so you some sort of ego, you must have confidence in yourself, right? But they're saying some of the traits is an inflated ego. Okay, then you say lack of empathy. You know, okay, so there may somebody that I will not empathize with because they're a con artist or they get over expert. So I can't empathize with everybody. But they say lack of empathy is one of the traits. Then it says a need for attention. Okay, need for attention. You might not need the attention, but you might like the attention. You get what I'm saying? So you know, I hear narcissistic behavior, and I hear it. It's been going on for a long time. It's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Few boundaries and repressed insecurities. You know, insecure. But one thing that touched me, they said, I was reading it says that is more commonly found in a man.
Right. Dang. I done took you out the show, man. My bad. You was in the middle of your field. My bad, bro. You was in the middle of your field.
I was just saying, just me, man. I think it's a thin line. You know, some of the traits is how you grew up. It's what you've learned to be as a man. So as we go forward, I'll break it down a little more. But I just want to, you know, share with everyone that, you know, some of these traits you might need to have on your team to get on through, you know, to have in your repertoire to be able to move, you know, to maneuver.
Accordingly.
Yeah.
Right. Mike, you all right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, we can't hear you like that.
Yeah. So one thing that hit on was disregard of others' feelings. You know,
right? But see, that goes back to that. You know, when you're talking down on them, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I say sometimes, you know, like you said, it's a thin line between that and, you know, when they feel like they privileged because that's how they grew up.
Right.
Maybe mama gave them too much privilege. Maybe cousin or sister, you know, somebody overprivileged them.
Oh, high value.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
Hey, I guess that includes me because I feel like I'm high value. That might be me. Woe is me.
Woe is me, huh? Yeah. But that's you know, well, it just depends on the high valued man at that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because like, you know, a lot of them, like you say, a lot of them are, but I feel like that once you self-develop more every day, I feel like self-development is an everyday thing. You can't say that I'm healed one day and the next day you around here about to blow your top off on something. But the thing is, I feel like every day you self-develop, you control that in any level of life that you in. You control the emotion to want to speak down or expect recognition or expect things to be in your favor. I feel just that if we self-develop every single day, not just on days we feel, it has to be an everyday task, because you have to watch our tongue. We have to watch our behavior. We have to watch the patterns that we created in our past that we don't even understand, that we don't pay attention to. Yeah. A lot of times we have patterns of things that we do, and people may say, hey man, I don't like the way you do that. Oh man, that's just what it is. That's just me. And then all of a sudden it goes into a part of, well, damn, now you don't have no empathy for that person's feelings. Now that goes off into the narcissism of life, period, because now you like, shit, this is who I am, fuck you. And then it's really, what I'm saying, if you're dealing with people as far as just like even communicating, even for as just like, if you're having a conversation, or if you're in a friendship with somebody, or if you're in a, in a serious relationship with somebody, whatever the case may be, you can't throw out their feelings. You can't throw out their mindset, or you can't just, man, that's who I am, fuck you, this what it is. That's narcissism. That's the thing that, hey man, if you're dealing with somebody, or if you in a business relationship with somebody you might be in business partner with, that you cannot just say, hey man, this is what the fuck it is. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Well, Leanne, we know how you doing, Leanne. We know you had narcissisms in your
yeah.
Boy, I tell you, Leanne, we gonna have to go and send you to the class, man. We're gonna send you to the class.
One thing you touched on, bro, you were saying that talking down on someone, and and one thing about that narcissist have an inability to handle criticism. So what I've done with people that surround me is, instead of constructive criticism, we talk about constructive love. So let love be your driving force, and that's where you're able to receive the constructive part of whatever situation you're in. Because we always think that when somebody criticizes you, that they're meaning to harm you, but we got to understand that it ain't for the harm. Somebody that loves you will tell you about something that you're doing that's altering the advancement of your situation. So we got to be able to understand constructive love is something that's needed in our life, but the delivery makes a difference. So you deliver in love, and then they can receive it as constructive love and do better and correct it, so that's one thing that I learned, and that sense of entitlement, that's kind of the pride part. I think that coincides with pride. You're so prideful that you think you're entitled to certain things, but the thin line comes in where, you think you're entitled to certain things, but you want to, what's for me is for me. You get what I'm saying? Right. So you got to be confident in that. Like Mary came out with a song, "Go Get Your Blessing." You got to go get it. You got to move. You got to take initiative to get what's yours and what's for you. But others would look at it as a sense of entitlement. So that's why I say all of them is a thin line. But do you mean well? Do you mean well? That's the part. Yeah. Fucker told me to speak to him. Oh,
hey,
Lord.
Man. Okay, first let me address this one.
Okay.
The lots of the money, the man who got a lot of money, he feels like that because he done made this amount of money on his own or with the organization that he's made it with, and then he's dating a woman who hasn't made that amount of money or who isn't on his level as he may think. That's why he feels like he needs to control the situation, because if he feels like you're not in control of yourself, why would he let you drive the car if you don't know how to drive? You got to learn how to drive the car first, and then when you're dealing with these dudes that's high value, when you're dealing with a man who's made X amount of dollars and he's controlling his situation with or without you, you're just to complement, to add to bring value to the situation. If you can't bring value to the situation, he feels like he needs to control you, because that's why he feels like you're not in a position to be in that position. But but a lot of men who are in control, a lot of men who got money, They feel like that because that's the kind of business that they conducting. They conducting a controlling business. They conducting a business of, I arrange things, I make things happen, I do things my way, but they're not understanding that they're dealing with people. Once you deal with somebody else, you really should consider that person. You should have empathy for that person that you're involved with, or that you know what I'm saying, if they have a real relationship, they have to understand, say, man, this is a partnership. This is not a competition. We're not at each other's throats about nothing. So when you get involved with somebody who has a lot of money, that's when you really have to understand that, hey, man, I know. That's why we have to do self-development every day. I say it over and over again, because self-development would have you understanding, putting myself in somebody else's shoes. Let me see. But if you haven't made $100,000 and you trying to keep this man, you know, entertained by things that don't entertain him no more, then you will have that type of vibe from him. Like, damn, this nigga trying to control. He trying to make me walk 2 steps behind him, like Ms. Leanne said. And that's when you get these kind of dudes, because they don't feel like you're bringing the value to their situation. I'm just my opinion. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know this guy. I don't know them guys. But in my opinion, from when I used to be a narcissist, when I did carry around the big bags of money, I feel like these cats, you know, I feel like them cats too, like, shit, you ain't seen what I seen. So to a certain degree, I don't feel nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, he's the boss because he makes your lifestyle comfortable. Women are just a trophy on his shoulder. And that's only to certain kind of women.
Right.
You know, if you that kind of man who just wants a trophy, that's one kind of man. But if you want a man who's looking for a business, who's looking for a business partner, or who's looking for a woman to help him bring him value to his situation, right? Because it's really in this society, if you still looking for trophies, you lost.
You lost, yeah.
You lost. If you're looking for trophies, fellas, if y'all out here looking for trophies, you're lost.
Yeah, but
if you're not looking for a woman that can help you behind the scenes, even to make you look great in front of the scene, you're in the wrong business, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if she just cost you, if she just cost you some money, shit, you go get you 5 of them motherfuckers at the. Oh, excuse me. You go get you 5 of them at the same time. Be like, say, man, y'all already know what it is. Go sing like I said, go mine. I tell you to mine. See, and them the kind of cats who ain't gonna last long because they don't even value their situation. But if the woman was bringing value to the situation, or the man was bringing value to a situation, then that's right there. That's when you're gonna build an empire. That's when you're gonna last. That's when longevity comes about, because nobody has that ego to a point of, hey, you can't say nothing.
And that's what messed him up. He feel like he has arrived. You know, there's no growth. You know, we got to remain teachable. Whether you got 100,000 or 1,000, you got to remain teachable so you can receive more and grow more. And what, you gonna grow by yourself, or you gonna grow with a trophy, or you gonna grow with somebody who can add to what you're trying to build? So you got to be building something. You know, you got to have a goal. You got to have a plan. You know, we talk over here PGIs. You know, plan, goals, and interventions. If you ain't got a plan or a goal or alternate plan, then you know you're gonna be messed up out here. You can't live by the hip. That's what I used to do. I used to live by the hip, but now I do research and I self-develop, and I can plan to be a better me, because I want to be the man I was destined to be. So I hook up to my purpose, you know, and that's why I like it over here where I'm at, because my wife, we on the same page, you know, and we can move together.
Right. Oh, yeah. All right, we got my main man conceited up here in this thing. What's going on? That conceited, man. That conceited. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Narcissism. Mr. Narcissist. He should have said Mr. Narcissistic.
Yeah, that was gonna be the name, but it was gonna take me a while to type it in. Like,
okay. What's up, my brother?
Good, how you doing?
All right.
Yeah. Everything been good?
Yeah, it sound like James. What James told Florida Evans on Good Times. The kitchen and the bedroom, Florida. The kitchen and the bedroom.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Oh Lord. Wow. They on the road tonight.
But say, man, when you got, I feel like this right here, man. You know, I like, you know, the days of old was cool, you know what I'm saying? But in this millennial, man, we have to be, everybody had to be contributing to this household so we can, we're not millionaires. And I didn't see no millionaires being made when the woman was at home chilling or a housewife. I didn't see millionaires made. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to have that partnership or where you got somebody that's running alongside of you and y'all both excited about what y'all doing every single day. Even if she's doing one thing and you doing another thing. When you got time, y'all come home, y'all boom, okay, check this out. I put out 10 flyers for your business today, sweetheart. Okay, well, shit, baby, let me help you with these books or let me help you with this, you know, this presentation that you might have next week or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It always has to be, let me help you, you help me type of business, not, well, shit, I did my part. Where the fuck your part is?
Right.
It can't be like that. It can't be the, you know, the back in the day thought process. Because if we still thinking like that, we're going to stay in that kind of lifestyle. And that lifestyle wasn't bringing millionaires. That's why we have to get a new lifestyle.
That's right. That's it. Lifestyle, though. So a narcissist lifestyle consists of what? Is it any different than a regular person that don't have those qualities or traits? What's the difference? Anybody know? Got something on that? Is he living better than me? You know what I'm saying? Is he living better because he got a nice vehicle and $100,000 in the bank?
No.
Right?
See your spirit. If your spirit man ain't right, you ain't never living right. I don't care who you are.
Right.
Your spirit man got to be on top of everything. That's why I go back to that Christ consciousness. That's when you're in alignment with yourself all totally. You know. And there's a lot of men that can't take care of a household and families without the woman having to work. Well, not saying that she has to work, but to say that if she's sitting at home with that idle mind, you know what I'm saying, and still have peace. Yeah, it's you know what I'm saying.
You got to add to the equation, though. She got to add to
that's all I'm saying. You got to contribute something that's valuable to that household, to whereas if he is bringing in all the money and then you see him getting in a controlling manner, that's when you, hey, sweetheart, check this out. Let's, bring, like she said earlier, bring him be his peace. You know what I'm saying? So that's when she had to come up with some clever ideas on how to make this thing better for him so he don't look like he's doing everything, or don't make him feel like he's just the overachiever and she's just nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of divorce rates come about, because that's when we get the two in line. Well, the things you inherit, Yolanda, those type of things right there, those are the things that can be dealt with self-development. That's where I go. That's why I always tell people self-development is really every day. You have to do this every single day. Self-development is not, oh, I did it, I'm healed, I'm straight, I ain't got to worry about it no more. No, that's not how it goes. Self-development is an everyday task that we have to bring about in our mindset so that we can't inherit. That's like people say generational curses. I say generational conversations, because that's all it ever is a conversation that make you feel like you're in a cursed situation. If you quit having them certain type of conversation, if you quit inheriting them conversations, I feel like the narcissism would be going away.
That's right.
We need to be each other's therapists. Yeah, we have to be each other's therapists in any relationship, friendship, relationship, husband and wife, You have to be each other's therapist. If you can't help that person, if you can't help that person with a hard day at work, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, we're not admit their fault.
Some women feel like, you know, that a guy should go ahead and like be the one to take care of the house and everything else, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say, well, it is kind of like a double standard, because I can sit up there and say, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but then you ever heard the saying, well, you know, like, what's yours is yours, and what's like, well, what's mine is yours, and what's yours is yours. And I mean, some women feel, and some guys feel the same way. It's like, well, if I bring more into the household, you know, you're supposed to be the breadwinner. I was just going back and like reading through the comments, and someone mentioned, I think it was Katrina, that mentioned that some guys can, you know, take care of the house and the woman don't have to work. That's true, but like, what respect level is going to be there? Because I mean, some people they do it all the time. You can look at celebrities, you know, football players, basketball players. Yeah, they can do this financially, but what piece is being brought to the house? Because they feel that, yeah, they're the breadwinner, they're doing all this, but then they also feel that they could just go around and cheat on you. You just got to shut the hell up and deal with it.
But a narcissist becomes a narcissist through different things that happen in their life. You know, that we really don't know, but you'll find one that usually they had different previous relationships has caused them to be that way, or maybe any childhood trauma, or even genetics and hypersensitivity to textures, different things, personality and temperament. You know, as I was looking that up, I could relate to some of that, right? But the thing about it is, once you recognize and once you start to practice learning yourself, learning what you stand for, like personal development, what we talked about, you learn to be better. You learn to be able to be compassionate and empathize with people in certain things, and don't be so selfish. And it's called humility. You know, I was able to humble myself. That's what changed in my life. You know, I was able to consider another and what they thought. Because at one point I was like, I don't care what you think. You know, I'm gonna do me. So that made me that way. You know, and it comes from things being a nice guy early in school. The nice guy getting and finishing last. Yeah, I went through that. That's what made me that way. Different relationships, people take advantage of my niceness. You know, so I don't want, and like you say, narcissist place blame. Yeah, I did that. Blame other people for making me do and become what I was. But I'm learning that I have to do better with that. So it's a process. Right. And I'm willing to go through the process.
So would you agree that everyone has those traits?
Every day is important.
You heard me?
What?
I said, would you agree that everyone has like a narcissist trait in them?
Yes, that's what Keith was saying earlier. Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And we also said that it's almost imperative that you do have it.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah.
I mean, some people just let it get out of hand.
At some point in your life, but like, that was my whole point about it. But Yolanda, to answer your question, how is it a curse? Because see, that's what you've been told before. And no, not all of us did grow. None of us grew up with them self-development skills. I just obtained this at 50. So
come on,
we have to start somewhere. So if you continue to just keep on just saying, oh, this is what it is, that means you're not going to even try to heal your family. Right. See, it needs to be stopping with you. That's where it needs to stop at. Regardless of what grandmama did or your mama and your cousin, your sister and them did, regardless of what they did, it's all on you to stop everything. I got 6 kids. My 2 youngest children, they don't do none of the shit that my oldest 4 do. None of it. None of that. Because I'm in their life every single chance I get. I'm closer to them because they right here with me. When I was close to my other children, they did what I did because that's what I was on at that time. So I made a decision to say, hey man, put that weed down, stop drinking in front of them kids, don't do this in front of them children. I made that decision so the curse would stop with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you saying, that's for people who don't want to change their narrative of their family. But me and mine, oh no, we're not gonna be doing the same thing. Even my oldest kids, they don't do none of that. They don't do half the stuff that we used to do as a squad, as a tribe.
I mean, that's the same thing with Will Smith. I mean, his oldest son, nobody really heard. People that know Will Smith, like they know he had an older son, but he wasn't always in his life until like, you know, the other two came along and then they just started like, you know, bringing them aboard just for show. But I mean, what his older son like was used to, I mean, he's not used to the lifestyle that he has now. It's all about your surroundings. So, I mean, I don't know, to each his own. I mean, because, you know, some people say like, you know, what's the one word that narcissists hate is the word no.
Okay.
I mean, I can't stand for somebody to sit there and tell me I can't do something, because not only am I going to show you that I'm going to do it, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I mean, even like rising to the occasion, like, you know, being in the restaurants. Well, okay, well, you know, this is what our numbers been looking like. Well, I'm like, well, you know, I'm sorry to hear that, but this is where I'm going to bring you to. And it's like, it's not even a form of like being a narcissist. It's because, I mean, people call it conceited or cockiness or whatever, but I tell them, like I told you before, I'm not cocky, I'm confident. So when you tell me I'm the best as a compliment, like literally, like that's my motto when it comes to that stuff, because I'm not going to let somebody tell me what I can't do, or what I can and can't bring to the table, especially if I've shown it to you multiple times. It's up to you whether or not you want to take it. I mean,
yeah,
you know, the needing consistent of like admiration, expecting special treatment, exaggerating achievements. And it's like somebody telling you, okay, well, you know, I deal with the finances for a multi-million-dollar company. Okay, cool. But you're a cashier at McDonald's. So shut the fuck up. It's the same thing. You're just trying to over-exaggerate what you're doing. Like, okay,
yeah.
I'm happy that you know how many chicken nuggets go into this box, but stop telling people like
Right.
that's your position.
Yeah, man. But narcissism, man, it's like I said, it is in all of us, but it's about, just like I think Carmen said it earlier, you gotta have humility, man. You got to be humble in your own right, to know that, hey man, I'm the shit, but I don't have to walk around in mud telling y'all or showing y'all.
Right.
It's gonna protrude out of me because that's who I am. That's like a friend of mine, she told me her and her cousin thought I was one of the representatives who's gonna be talking at an event that we met at. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, when you walk into a room and you exude that confidence, that people like, damn, is he one of the bosses around here? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to say that.
Right.
But my appearance and the way I walk in, my demeanor, it shows that, hey man, nah, this cat here got to be somebody. He got to be somebody.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not who they thought I was, I'm somebody. And I walk like, you know what I'm saying? I walk with that. Somebody.
When you walk in the room and they just think that you're the boss. I mean, I've been accused of being the undercover boss at the restaurant like so many times. I'm like, yeah, okay. So
when you walk
you know,
sometimes the confidence it bothers other people, but you can't change it, you know, because you are who you are.
Right. I try not to change it. I mean, if they want to feel that I'm cocky or I'm just that person, that's on them, because it's not my job to change myself to make you feel comfortable. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Dion said it a couple of weeks ago. Don't let my confidence intimidate you.
Yeah.
You know, do you, because I'm going to do me. You know, I'm going to walk in and talk in, and I'm going to, you know, so we got to understand that we could declare a thing. You know, we can have what we want or have what we seek, you know, and it's all in how you go about it. You know, I think that
I like what you said there, Yolanda. That is true. But I'm talking about as far as the household that you live in, we got to start in our own backyard. I can't go out here and tell the whole world, hey man, don't do drugs, and me and all my children, we smoking blunts after every event. I can't tell everybody don't be drinking alcohol, and then me and my partners, we over here, we got a filth in the closet waiting on the show to be over. So what I mean by it starts with you, I mean that it's got to be you to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And then like my oldest kids, they don't drink and smoke as much as they used to. You know what I'm saying? They don't ball like they used to because they see their daddy doing something different. And I don't even have to talk to them about it. I don't say, hey man, y'all put that down, because I'm the one who turned them on to it. Yeah. But I see their behavior. I see how their mindset shifting from what we used to do to where I'm going, to where I'm the leader of the household. See, when your kids can say, hey, that's my dad right there. No, that's my dad. No, that's my daddy right there, y'all. And they happy to say that's their daddy. They gonna do what daddy do. You got to remember, women, y'all carry the children. Y'all got that, true enough, y'all got that connection with the children. But them kids need that man figure, that masculine man figure in their life. They don't need just a male in the household. They need a man in their household to say, hey, check this out. No, this is what we doing over here. You don't get your ass over here and sit down. I'm telling you right now. That's what goes on in the household. You know what I'm saying?
I heard something the other day that said that you are born looking like your daddy, but you're dying looking like your decisions. So your life is the decisions you make. And what you see can eventually affect the decision you make. So your environment definitely contributes to the decisions you make, but ultimately you have to make that decision yourself. Mm-hmm. And by personal development, you can learn and learn to make the right decision that's going to help you move accordingly, help you move into the person you were destined to be. No, she can't.
Hey, man. Hey, Leanne, you talk about that meat in that freezer one more time. Oh, Lord, it's got meat. Say, man, how about this? Just go vegan. Don't even eat meat no more. That's what I was going to say. Say, boy, she's killing me.
You got to go vegan. Something.
Say, boy, she got to go vegan. Don't eat no more meat. You better not date now another.
Yeah, because Claire's not going to help her.
Yeah.
Giving up meat is going to help her get over that. Right. Until she meets somebody and be like, so why don't you eat meat no more? It's a trigger. If you say
yeah. If they even say meat, she gonna have a problem with them. Yeah. You stealing? You say you stealing?
Yeah. Like, can we meet over there? Who said something about meat?
Who said something about stealing? Yeah. Hey man, I'm telling you, yeah. But say they always feel like there's strings attached. I like this right here.
And give everything a title. Like, you know, when we was in school, there was no such thing about being ADD or ADHD. It's like you're just a bad kid. And I mean, even with like narcissistic, they have NPD, narcissistic personality disorder.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I like this. This one right here, it says they are always strings attached. That's what the narcissist feels like. It's always some strings attached. It's always got to be some strings attached with them because they feel like they need to get something out of situations that they do for people.
Mm-hmm. It's like they can't even give help. I mean, they could be like a genuinely good person. Like if I give somebody some money, or if I see like a bum or somebody or a homeless person, give them money, help them out, bless them. That's cool. I'm not gonna pull out my camera like, hey, y'all watch me do this, because it's all about what they have to gain from it.
Right. And now that's me, man. I know, like I tell people, man, I know how much I'm gonna spend on the weekend. If you rip me, we finna spend this amount on the weekend. This is what we finna do. We doing this, and this on the weekend.
Yeah.
After that's gone, it's time to go back to the grind. Cause now I know what I done put in the savings account. I know what I done put in these investments accounts. I know what I done put places. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey man, you can't give and expect there's something to be attached to it, thinking that you're supposed to get something from it. And that goes back to what Katrina was saying about a man taking care of the household. Some men take care of the household for like, well, shit, you got to do this for me.
Yeah.
It's like, but you gotta remember, it's that narcissism is growing up when in these environments, just like you say, growing up in these, even in school, they teach you to be number one. See, they don't never teach you the group to be number one. Let's have this group being number one. They always say this: you get the blue ribbon because you number one.
Right. Like it say here, it say constant thoughts about being more successful, powerful, smart, loved, or attractive than others. It's always
that's what they teach you in school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they teach you in school, because if they taught us how to be, more of a unit, then they feel like that's gonna get us, we're gonna lose our leadership. That's why they don't teach us the truth about the real word, the real history of spirituality.
Yeah.
That's why they created these religions, so we can divide ourselves, so we can be in competition with each other instead of being in one alignment with each other.
That's why I'm glad I ain't in. That's why I'm glad I ain't in no religion. I'm just in relationship.
Don't maybe go get the Bible.
I had to throw that in there. I'm glad I ain't in no religion. I just love him. I love him.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, religion is nothing but a clan anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And all they do is teach you how to be scared. The Christianity belief, let me say that. The Christianity belief, they teach you how to be afraid of something. You're afraid of an outside source. And then when they put their picture on that outside source, now they want you to be mentally afraid of them. In your subconscious mind, you're afraid of everything that's white because you feel like it's a right thing. That's when that narcissism kicks in. Now you like, shit, I'm gonna be the white thing. You're gonna be afraid of me. But see, they try to.
Excuse me. But in all actuality, we got to understand that when they say the fear part, it's not actually fearing the outside being. It's just reverencing something higher than you.
But you got to remember but everybody's not aware like that though, KD. Everybody's not going to be on that level of thinking. So you're going to have a whole church of people. You're going to have 100 people that's going to tell you, oh no, God coming back. He going to make me feel like this. No, you can't have an outside source make you feel anything. Your inside, your spirit man has to be the only thing that makes you feel anything. And then Jesus didn't say he was coming back. He said the Christ is coming back. Your Christ consciousness is coming back. Not him. He ain't coming back. Christ is coming back. So within that being said, your Christ consciousness will be finding yourself, being in alignment with you, getting you together, not getting the world together, not waiting on the world to blow up so we can see some light in the sky, and some man falling out the heavens. That ain't how it works.
Yeah.
The only thing that we've been taught is how to fear everything outside. When they tell you the devil is busy, they talking about some outside source. The devil ain't busy. They telling you, oh, God is blessing you. God is blessing you because you doing you in alignment with yourself. That's when you getting your blessings. And the devil is nobody but you and your thoughts. Your thoughts are the devil. Nobody outside is the devil. You can only respond to what people do. You can only respond on how you react. Everybody says it, if every action has a reaction. It don't have to be.
Right.
That's your choice to react. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. That's what I had to learn the hard way, because I kept bumping my head doing what everybody else was doing. Oh, he shoot at me, I'm gonna shoot at him. He hit me, I'm gonna hit him. Oh, they did that. I'm thinking that's the lifestyle that we supposed to live, but not understanding. If I would have went and did my own research and I would have dug deep into myself, I would have been like, say, you know what, man? Say, y'all can have it. Y'all won that one. I'm gonna keep on winning over here, because if I keep on entertaining you, now I'm distracted from my goal and my vision. We didn't grow up having a vision. None of us. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna say none of us, but I know KD and me didn't. But I know Alejandro, you had, you was doing your kickboxing and your thing like that. I didn't have that growing up. I had basketball, but then after I hurt my knee, all I seen was a street light. I ain't finna do nothing else but sell this dope and give me some money, man.
Survive.
And if you're not focused in that game, your distraction is finna be downhill. You finna find every drug.
The half-naked white woman that coach was talking about 2 weeks ago.
You see what I'm saying? That's them distractions. What I'm talking about right there.
We supposed to bring that up, man.
Say, Leanne,
Yeah,
Leanne.
hey,
We ain't saying all the time, Leanne. You ain't got to be quiet all the time. Just, every now and then, don't talk about the meat being stole. Don't talk
all
about
you got to do is know what this means.
Yeah.
If you know what that means, you're in a good place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, man.
What was this here?
It's a beautiful thing to be able to grow, though, man. And that's
definitely.
The arrogance and the snobby behaviors and attitudes, willingness to take advantage of others to achieve your goals, man. I can remember being that way. Stepping on anybody to get what I wanted. It might not have been a successful goal, but just to get what I wanted. If it wasn't nothing but a pack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And they live in, that's them people who live in that fantasy world, man.
Yeah.
How things are supposed to be. This is how things are supposed to be. And it's like you can't live like that. If you feel like things are you create a whole world for yourself over there. And then you can't interact with the people who are not participating. Because if you get somebody who's not participating, you're going to feel like they're going against you. Now you feel like you got to belittle them. You got to talk down on them. You feel like you got to do things out of the ordinary. Like he say, stepping on toes. You feel like you got to step on somebody's toes just to get to the next level. And that ain't how it go, man. Because them same toes you step on, boy, they probably have some big feet.
That's right. That's right. One thing I did find out, though, if you're not able to figure out yourself, if you're narcissistic, they have tests for you called a personality diagnostic questionnaire. You can look that up. But I think the traits are too straightforward for you not to know.
Yeah.
You really don't need a test. You can
just look up the word.
Look in the mirror.
Up the word.
Yeah.
That's the test.
Yeah.
That's
so,
the test.
like I said earlier, though, I can honestly say that I've grown. As I read these traits, I can tell that I still have some. Because, I want to win. I always want to win. I always want to get what's mine, what I feel is for me, being connected to my purpose. I want to be the best at what I do. Those are just traits that were instilled in me early as a young man. But the things that I worked on was being able to empathize with someone else, to consider someone else's feelings as I move, whether it be in business, or my personal relationship with my wife, or even my sisters, my siblings, and my mother and father. I consider what they think and how they feel now. But when I was of the world, really in street, I didn't care. I didn't care, man, and I was merely existing. So if anyone's out there merely existing and living willy-nilly with no direction.
Everything comes in baby steps. Like even with Leanne, like I understand, like she had the issue with the meat eater. And so when she get back into like the dating scene, she can order stuff like that's self for her. Like Impossible Meat is like it's fake meat. So she can start off with that. They have Impossible Meat, they have imitation meat, they have Meat Beyond or Beyond Meat, and she don't have to jump back into a silent relationship. Just get you somebody who enjoys meat but don't want the real thing, but they can get the imitation. So there is hope for you too, Leanne. Just know that we narcissists are out here praying for you and praying with you.
But narcissism, man, it's the truth. It's real. But the thing is, the best way to end narcissism is self-development. Yeah. You have to look in that mirror every day, just like Michael Jackson said a long time ago. He's gonna start with the man in the mirror. You have to start with you and ask yourself some real deep questions. How am I bringing value to daily? How am I bringing value to my friend's life? How am I bringing value to my coworker's life? How am I bringing value to my business partner's life? Yeah. And every day, that's why I get on with the morning motivation, so you can start your day off with a thought process of, shit, man, you know what? I didn't plan yesterday. Or you know what, man? I should do more research. I should self-develop, or I should stop the distractions, because I want to give you something to think about in the morning so I can bring value to your life every day. I want to be able to bring a statement in this feed to where people can be like, you know what, damn, I ain't even think of it like that. Yeah. It's like when I talked about the television. One of my partners over here, Q, up out of DC, she said, I didn't look at it like that. I never thought of it like that. When I said tell a vision, they want you to tell, they're telling you the vision they want you to see on that box.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I'm working on it, Katrina. I'm working on it.
So a narcissist can get better. A narcissist can get better, but I still want to say that a narcissist ain't all so bad, because some of the behaviors that a narcissist have you must have it. It's imperative that you have it to get through life sometimes, but
right.
If you want to get better, it's important that they got to have the willingness to change. It's vital to have the willingness to change, to want to be better,
Oh man, we appreciate you, Kevin. Kevin is in Western Africa, yeah. Hey man,
Nigeria.
We love Nigeria, baby. It's some of the finest women in the world in Nigeria.
We can safely say that we are international. Nah, thank you, man. We appreciate your comments.
We really do appreciate you, man.
But we got to want to change, man. And I'm glad that I understood that I wanted to be better. Not that I was also bad. The life that I was living was bad. But then, look at that lady. Hey, you something. You got to get over that meat. Just stop eating it.
Stop eating it, man. We're going to have to get you a vegetable, nothing but vegetable.
Oh, yeah, so we got to
Carmen. Just Carmen over here talking about fine men, too. As them Nigerian men. You like them Nigerian men, Carmen?
Okay, we got a couple of spellers on there.
Started something, Kevin. Kevin done started something. What's up, Sam?
I mean, if it help matters, I'm from Wakanda, so yeah. I'm very happy to be here.
Very happy to be here.
Oh man!
Don't always go to Google to find out whether or not, it's almost like you go to Google. If you have a cough, you go to Google and type in your symptoms. They're gonna always say that you have cancer. So it's like if you go to Google and type in the word narcissist, they're gonna tell you a bunch of traits about yourself, which aren't necessarily bad. Because if somebody tells me that that's how they feel I am, I'm not gonna disagree with them. Because am I perfect? No. Do I strive for perfection? Yeah, I do. So are you gonna get mad at me because I take my job or my craft or whatever it is that I do more diligently than you do? That's on you. I don't want you to forgive me. I mean, I can see if I'm sitting up there doing something harsh or whatever, but fixation on appearance, unreasonable expectations, I wouldn't even call it unreasonable, because I feel like if it's possible, it can be done. Because as long as you move strategically, anything can be done, right? Whether or not it's a job, relationships, religion, whatever. But I mean, don't go by everything, or don't disqualify, what you're capable of doing just because of how the world is going to look at it. I mean, you have to have some type of narcissistic behavior about you to become successful anyways.
Yeah. But that's what we were talking about in the beginning when we first started the show, that, many of the traits are needed. It's important to have, because you want to grow and succeed. And there's certain people that'll take advantage of you if you ain't firm. If you're not firm or direct about who you are and what you strive to be, some people get in your way or take advantage. So
that's what they do. The people with the largest hearts tend to drain more people that drains.
Yeah. Wow. That's big.
Yeah. And that's what happens, man. A lot of times we sit up here and we feel like we got to have a big heart, and it's like it's cool. Like I said, it's cool to give, but you got to make sure you give it to the right cause, giving to the right people. You got a lot of scammers out here who dressing up like bums and trying to act like they need help, and they really don't need help. And then you got a lot of sophisticated looking people who acting like they bums, talking about they need help.
Yeah, they have a lot of well-dressed bums out there.
Exactly. You know, they got the Gucci on, they got the Chanel on, talk about, hey, donate to my cause. Well, you need to take them clothes off and donate them clothes to your cause, because they cost more than your damn cause.
Right. It's so much to the point where you can go to rent a center, like you can, you know, they have rents on. You can go and rent a pair of Jordans.
Yeah. I saw that. You posted that, didn't you?
Huh?
You posted that one time, I think.
It's like you can go to rent a center. Somebody posted a picture like they went to rent a center and they had Jordans that you could pay $19.95.
Wow. No, brother, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm telling you, man. I tell you, boy, the things that they have going on.
One thing I wanted to say though, I wanted to share is that a narcissist can affect the people they love. I had to learn that by walking the way I walk or living the way I live and not really caring about another person. Someone who loves you and really cares for you, you affect their mental. That's what I want to share too. Yeah. And we have to be careful with that. That, you know, sometimes you think you're in this world alone, but ultimately you have people that love you and that you're here for as well, whether it be a sister, a brother, or a cousin, or just a friend down the street. Somebody is watching you.
Yeah.
Someone is always watching you. The Bible says, written epistles read of men, you know. But what I'm saying is that somebody's always learning from you or analyzing you or just watching your next move. So being empathetic is caring about that person's feelings, right? Or caring about what happens to that person or just empathizing with someone. So I understand today that it ain't always just about me. And that's what I had to do. You know, that's one of the things I changed about. Now, granted, I am narcissistic in many ways. I can admit that. But there are some characteristics that I've changed, and I'm glad that I did because it helped me be better. But it only comes from being from personal development, you know, researching ideas and thoughts and things, and being able to be connected to my purpose. You know, I can honestly say that I feel like I am living in my purpose.
Right. Yeah, man. It's been a long journey for me myself, man, because sometimes I do get triggered on some things to where I might yell or scream. I be like, don't take me back there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like the person don't know they taking me back there. It's like, you say one word or you say the wrong word, I'm liable to jump off the building. You know, like, well, we got me messed up around here. But the thing is, though, acknowledging that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Yeah. But the thing is, we have to understand that, you know, like I say, it's an everyday struggle. It's an everyday, like an alcoholic, like KD says, one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? I try to quit drinking. I know I drink wine. I don't drink liquor, but because I know liquor going to take me over there. I'm going to be over there. They're going to be like, hey, boy, who this dude right here, man? So I got to drink me some wine.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Wow.
He reads, and that was why when I asked him to come to church with me, he never said no.
Oh, Kevin, don't get them on that, Kev.
Yeah, Kev.
Don't get them on the church.
Yeah, Kev. We don't go to them. We don't go to them buildings. We go to the. We go in deep inside, man. We dig deep inside. Katrina going on with that nonsense.
Keep going, Kev. Keep going. Hey.
Kev. Gotta watch them buildings, man. Them buildings might have some spiritualities in them that you might not like. You might come out with something you might not like, man. So we gotta pay attention to the people who in front of the building speaking. They might be some people that go home and straight up shoot them needles in their arm. We don't know what they do at they house. So we can't praise him too much. Because he's a man just like you. He's reading the book that you read. But his interpretation, he got read scriptures in his book. Let me show you. I got one of them books. Yeah, I get books, man. I got books, man. You see what I'm saying? You got read scriptures in some of these books, man. Hey, this is the relationship Bible. This is the relationship Bible, man. Okay. Look at that, man.
How many Bibles you got, Keith?
I got about 4 of them over here, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. I don't even pick them up no more, man. I just let them sit there, man.
Use them as books. Use them as paperweights.
Man,
hey,
I mean, I have 3.
But I got this book too now. I got that Quran too now.
Okay.
Yeah. I got some books over here, man. It's I pick them up every now and then, just to brushing up my skills and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have nothing against the Bible. I mean, they make perfect rolling papers.
They make. Oh man, I gotta go. I gotta go now. It's time to go.
No,
man. Back to my Bible.
Hey,
just always remember.
Man. I'm gonna tell you a true story before we get out of here, man. True story, man. In the 8th, I think I was in like the 12th grade, bro. 11th, 12th grade. My sister, I was about in 11th grade. My sister boyfriend and his homeboy came over there. We didn't have no papers. That fool went straight into the back of my mama's Bible and grabbed one of them things, and we rolled that thing up, man.
And he still forgave you. I'm glad he still forgave you. Look at you now.
Well, you know what I'm saying. He ain't got, man. He's the forgiving man. He's the forgiving God, man. He's the forgiving God, man.
I like to be admired from afar, but complimented up close.
Yeah, all that good stuff, man. What's happening, Kim?
I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I like, though? Y'all will keep it real. And you're going to judge.
Hey, man, I can say when I'm wrong. I know if I did something wrong, I'm wrong. I ain't going to even front like I be right all the time. Because if that's that was me back then. I wouldn't even never apologize back in the day. I'll tell you in a minute now, man. I don't care what you say.
And say, no, he did it.
Yeah, you ain't going to prove me wrong. Yeah, you ain't going to prove me wrong.
That's right.
But yeah, man, Coach, go on, take us out on here. What you got on some of this stuff, man, on this Tonight Show, man?
Man, one thing I got to say, I always go back to it. Your life won't change until you change your life. You got to take some initiative, recognize how you're living, what you're doing, and the choices you're making, right? Once you recognize that, you take initiative and do some research and find out who you want to be. Get connected to your purpose, man, and you'll move in life the way you should. Not can't down anybody. Learn that narcissistic behavior is good in some instances. I feel that way. Believe me, that's my opinion. I feel like it's a must. You must have some in order to move in this world. But still, I think the biggest of all is be able to empathize with somebody, have compassion for someone.
Yeah. Conceding, what you got?
I'm gonna say that a narcissist doesn't break your heart; they break your spirit. That's why it takes you so long to heal.
That is real.
So,
yeah, man.
That's
and
good.
They definitely shoot for that spirit too, boy. They shoot for it because I know I used to shoot for it. I wanted you to feel like shit after I got done with you.
Because I tell people at the very beginning, I'm like, I can be your best friend and your worst enemy. I mean, it's up to you what person you pick. So,
wow.
Yeah, my thing is, man, I feel like everybody, should quit using these traditional words, man, like generational curses and whatever the cliche sayings is that got you to this point. I just feel like we should do some more deep self-development. Listen to people with a higher consciousness of themselves, so therefore you can take on some of them traits, take on some of them habits, take on some of the things that you see somebody who's making billions of dollars do. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that way right there, I feel like you would feel better about yourself to see your small wins headed into that direction. You know, ain't nothing wrong with having a good time in life, but sometimes we do have to dig deep, take some days off and say, hey man, this is my day to relax. I'm not doing anything but looking within. I gotta look within on this day real deep, and you gotta ask yourself some real live questions, man, about who you really are. I got asked that question back in 2018, and I've never stopped asking myself that same thing. Like, who am I for real?
Yeah.
Who am I going to be next year? Who am I going to be tomorrow? Because I don't want to be the same person that blew off the top of the head for no reason or for a little word triggering. You know what I'm saying? When I've heard something, I get mad. Or if I see something, I get mad. I can't be that same person. I can't be the same person who sits around my kids and tell them to I'm blowing smoke in their face while I'm telling them to do their homework. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't be that kind of person. So self-development every day, man, and be the type of person that you really live out that person you want to be every day. You know what I'm saying? And remember your future instead of your past. But that was a great show tonight, fellas, man. I appreciate y'all, man, like in a major way, because we touched on this topic real good. We did real good with this topic. It was a beautiful day, and it was a beautiful topic because we all have narcissistic ways in us, and we just got to learn how to humble them, though. We got to learn how to not let the world see that in a negative light. Yeah,
just saying it. That's it. Because you can't look at any successful person and like if you look at anybody successful, you're looking at a narcissist. They just have better ways of covering it up. I mean, they don't look sit up there and issue out pills and medicines to people that's sick, but then your local dope boy that's selling somebody a weed that's medicinal, they looked at it as a bad person.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going through the white hands and not the right hands. So.
That might be another topic.
Hey, I'm proud of you guys, man. Like that was a good one. I'm really like this one. I'm gonna go back and catch the replay, man, because I feel like all of us came from a different direction, but with one goal, you know. And I guess we all agree that everybody got, or all us three got some narcissistic behavior. You know? And I'm glad.
Shut your mouth and keep talking. All right, dude.
You on that one, ain't it? That lady.
That's some of that old Texas talking. That's some of that old Texas down there in the country talking right there. Yeah.
It's not really narcissism if you really are better than a person that you're trying to prove. Like if I'm really better than you, then
you're just good, ain't it? When you're good, you're just good.
Right.
Hey, man. That's a narcissist talk. That's a narcissist talking right there. Hey man, y'all tune in to YouTube, man. We got this YouTube channel, the Elite Mancast. Y'all go over there and like some of these videos, man. If you don't do nothing, just go through and like the videos. I can appreciate y'all in a major way. If you don't do nothing but share the Elite Mancast on YouTube to your friends and your families. Tune in, man. We're gonna talk about something that might help you in the future. So y'all, till next Wednesday at 8:30, we gon' peace. Let's see what's happening.